Welcome to Engineer's Mindset. Now, to continue on limit of functions of several variables, let's say we have to evaluate limit as x tends to 3 and y tends to 3 of this given function x cubed minus y cubed all over x minus y. So I said the very first thing to do always is to test by what? Substitution. So it's a normal thing. You must always do this first. So we test first by substitution. We simply have limit as y tends to what? 3. So we send in now x tends to 3 into the bracket. So we test first for x tends to 3 of the given function x cubed minus y cubed all over x minus y. Okay, so we have this. Now this simply becomes limit as y tends to 3. Okay, so wherever I see x, simply plug in the value as what? 3. So I have x cubed here. This simply becomes 3 all cubed because of this cube power here. Okay, minus y cubed all over. In place of this x here, I will simply put in the value as 3. So this becomes 3 minus y. Okay, so I close my bracket. All right, so this is limit as y tends to 3. Okay, of course 3 cube is simply 27 minus y cube all over 3 minus y. So at this point I have all variables in y. So what I'll simply do now is to put in the value of y as what? 3. So wherever I see y in this equation or in this expression, I will simply put in the value as simply what? 3. So that simply gives me 27 minus, in place of y cube, this becomes 3 all cube all over 3 minus 3. And this is equal to 27 minus 3 cube is also 27 all over 3 minus 3. And of course, 27 minus 27 simply gives us what? 0 all over 3 minus 3 also gives us 0. So this expression is called indeterminate expression. Okay, is called indeterminate. So since the expression is indeterminate, what we do now is it simply means that the limit of the function by direct substitution actually what? Failed. So we have to now try the next method. And I said, after direct substitution, the very next method to try is what? By factorization. So we'll see if we can factorize what? This given function. Okay, so by factorization, we simply have, now let's try to factorize this. Now I'm going to show you a shortcut in which you're able to factorize x cubed minus y cubed. Okay, x cubed minus y cubed all over x minus y. This is now equal to factorize this. This is what you simply do. I have x cubed here. I have x cubed here. What you do is simply pick out one of the x cubed. Pick out one from here. I'll simply have x. Pick out the sign, which is minus. Pick out one from this y cube. I'll simply have y. Close the bracket. Open another bracket. Notice now that I picked out one of the x, so I'll be left with what? X squared here. Okay, so bring down that x squared. I'll simply have x all squared. Okay, now change the sign. Remember here I picked the sign as minus. Now change the sign to what? Plus. I will have plus. Okay, next find the multiple of x and y. So pick x and multiply by y. I'll simply have xy. Also change the sign plus and so recall that we had x cubed here and we picked out one, which is this, and then we're left with x squared, which gave us this x squared. Also, same thing happens here. We had y cubed here and we picked out one, so which means we're left with what? Y squared. So put down the y squared here. Okay, so this becomes the factors of what? This function, x cubed minus y cubed. So if you evaluate this, you'll see obtain this as the answer. So put down all over, we have x minus y. So notice here now that from here, x minus y can actually strike x minus y. So it means that this function x cubed minus y cubed all over x minus y is actually what? Equal to, this is simply x squared plus 2 plus xy plus y squared. So you simply have this. So this whole expression can now what? Replace this. Therefore, the limit of that function, limit as x tends to 3, y tends to 3 of this function x cubed minus y cubed all over x minus y can now be replaced to what? X squared plus xy, okay, plus y squared. So we simply have this. So we now try first by directly substituting the value of x as 3. So we take 3 in. This becomes limit as y tends to 3. Okay, so x goes in, x tends to 3 of x cubed of x squared plus xy plus y squared. Alright, so wherever I see x, simply put in the value as what? 3. So I'll simply have limit as y tends to 3 into, alright, so I have here x squared. So x can be likened to be what? 3. So in place of x, I simply put 3. This becomes 3 all squared, okay, plus I have here xy. So in x is 3. So in place of that x, simply put 3y. Okay, then I put down plus y squared. So I have this, okay. This is limit as y tends to 3. Okay, so I simply have x squared, which is 3 squared now, is simply what? 9 plus 3y plus y squared. So I have this. At this point now, I have all my variables in what? Y. I can now simply substitute the value of y to be what? 3. So wherever I see y in this equation, simply replace it with what? 3. Alright, so I will simply have 9, okay, plus 3 into, in place of y is now 3, so 3 into 3 plus, also in place of y squared, it becomes 3 all squared, okay. Now this is equal to 9 plus 3 by 3, or 3 times 3, simply gives us 9 plus 3 squared here also gives us 9, and the whole of this value, 9 plus 9 plus 9, simply gives us 27. So it means that the limit of that function actually exists by what? Factorization method, and the value is simply what? 27. Alright guys, I hope you find this video very wonderful and interesting. Please, if you do, I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and of course hit the subscribe button if you are new to this channel. I will see you in the next video with more thrilling questions on limits and functions of several variables. Thanks guys, and cheers.